Hey there, Poke fans. Welcome to Let's Play Games West Virginia. I'm Kevin,
I'm Heather.
and this is PokéMonday. If you're new to the channel, we are a group of West Virginia-based streamers who have something interesting going on every night of the week, and Monday is when you join us for Pokemon, and after this, Harry Potter.
And that's when Adventure Sync happens.
Well, sometimes. So there's been a recurring glitch for Android users in which Adventure Sync does not count all of your steps. So that one showed 8 kilometers, which is about normal for what Adventure Sync picked up for me. But for this past week, I only have 2 because it turned off again. So it's happening with every app update for me on Android, which is a little bit of a bummer.
So if you are noticing issues as well, you should check your settings. It will be in there where you can adjust and make sure that your AR, or lol, not your AR plus. Make sure that your tracking system is on. For iOS, it is directly connected to your health app. So if you have not enabled all of the permissions there, you may want to go do that. That way there's a more accurate account for that.
For Android, you can tie it to Google Fit, although that has not been fixing issues for me, and I suspect it may have actually be causing some. So I will experiment this next week by turning off that Google Fit function, but it's kind of a pain in the butt thus far.
So I see a Diglett there. Did you happen to find any shiny Alolan?
Nope, 0.
Me
I
either.
have not had a wild shiny since GoFest.
I have not had a wild shiny for probably about 3 weeks now. It's been 3 weeks. I know last time we talked about it, there was a countdown. I did receive a, oh no, the name just eclipsed me. The other dog, not Entei or Suicune.
Raikou?
Raikou! I did get a shiny Raikou via trade, but that is the most recent shiny trade that I have had, so...
Yeah, I haven't had any shinies that aren't built into the game, which we will get to later in the stream, from GoFest. So GoFest has tanked my shiny luck, which wasn't like fantabulous before. But
yeah, fair enough.
Oh well. So one of the things that I've been working on for the past week or 2 is the Jumpstart research. So if you are new to the game or if you're not, the Jumpstart research is an excellent way to grab a pile of XP. And maybe some Pokemon that are kind of otherwise a little bit more difficult to catch. Not hard to catch, but more difficult than they would be otherwise.
And it is conveniently timed right during Candela's research rewards. So for all of those of you who were at GoFest in Dortmund, we appreciate your efforts in getting the research done. And for everyone else globally around the world, we completed those research tasks. So we unlocked those Candela XP rewards. He's opening his not LaCroix water.
It's the stored near a lemon.
Stored near a lemon. Anyway, not stored near a lemon. We had special XP that is happening currently. It will end tomorrow though, so if you have not made it out to raids, I would suggest that you go put on your lucky eggs that last an hour right now. So lucky eggs last an hour. You get 3 times the catch XP. So this would be a good time to use your Pokemon Go Plus or your Pokeball Plus to set it on the catch settings, even if it's just throwing a ball, at a Pokemon. That's more XP. 2 times raid XP. So for your legendaries, you're getting 40,000 a pop. And 3 times hatch XP. So for your 10k eggs, I believe it's something like 3,000 XP without a lucky egg on. So it looks real good.
Yeah, so definitely if you're hatching, I missed the ability. I had like 10k eggs set up,
Bummer.
But they actually hatched while my app was closed. So when I opened Pokemon Go today, I didn't get a chance to get to an egg, and they all went.
That's one difficult thing that I've been noticing, and having watched some of the other YouTubers, there are many egg glitches, so it's hard to know when those are going to hatch and how many. So that's been a difficult part of the game.
So what we're seeing on screen right now is we also have a new form for Deoxys, the last form,
Woo!
the speed form. What I like about
Form with an E.
This one,
Formy.
the colors are actually a little bit different. It's gray. So the predominant colors don't really shift for the other ones. It's mostly body shape.
With noodle arms.
But yeah, so this is the speed form of Deoxys.
It's the speed Twizzler. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just
But those Twizzlers that you can pull apart, not like the preformed, like 80s ones, like
it's not like the
pull
braid
apart 90s ones.
Oh yeah, like the braided one that has the individual pieces.
Yeah, that you can pull.
Yeah. I love those.
But so that is the current X-Raid Pokemon. Currently, we are through with Deoxys now. So hopefully they will retire it because we've had Deoxys since September.
Yes.
That's almost a full year of this Pokemon.
But there are 4 different forms. Additionally, this one just came out at the end of June, so it's not going anywhere fast.
Oh, really? Well, we probably have a month, but like we have something at least to look forward to after that.
Yes, hopefully. But we already did get Armored Mewtwo as raids.
So as you can see here, I'm pointing out the weather, which might seem a little bit strange because it's the middle of July and there is an ice cast form.
That is true.
Although Heather informed me that it can occasionally also appear for fog. But that wasn't fog, that was just cloudy. So here is my Christmas in July cast form. I don't know why it exists, but there it is.
Well, so here's the thing. For much of the warmer climates, they are not going to get that Pokemon, right? Because if it's solely under snow, ice, rain, etc., not rain, but...
Do you see that was almost 8,000 XP for the first catch of the day? That's why this event is fantastic.
Yes. So all you people who need to level up to 40, do it now.
Oh, hello, ground.
Yes. So yeah, for those climates that don't experience cold weather, they have been noted that some of the foggy weather has also brought these guys, the cast form ices.
But I decided to keep that one and name him Christmas in July.
Xmas in July.
Man, I have had so many Gleegars for the last month, and there was a point in time where I was grinding out Gleegar
That's
candies.
True. I remember that.
And now they're just
that wasn't that long ago.
No, it was
like right before
from the
Go
winter.
Fest, wasn't it?
But now they're everywhere, and I have a bunch. So
just hatching though. I don't see them too often in the wild.
By the way, we're tied now for Pokedex entries.
Are you accounting for all of the male and female variants?
Nope.
Okay, cool. So you're not actually counting right then?
Well, no, but like individual dex entries.
Okay.
The numbers at the top of the screen.
Yeah, there's a very limited number of things that I need, so...
Yeah, but, you know, I caught up.
Cool, good job.
Thanks.
You get a gold star, Timmy. Yeah. So, if you are still looking for items for filling out your dex entries, be sure to check in your local Discord group or in Facebook or however you meet people. Because now that the lottery system for the Go Fest has been opened up in a more clear manner, people are going and people are able to trade things.
I'm chuckling because I just opened the special research. I saw that the reward was Stardust. I exited out of it to go put on a star piece and back here. And I meant to edit that out, but didn't.
Oops.
So now the gritty glory of me going, oh crap, could double that.
Hey, there's that shiny Eevee that you haven't caught any shinies since.
That aren't built into the game.
I know,
So
but you didn't say that.
The catch, I did. So the catch for the special research is this shiny Eevee. Those are always nice because it's I'm trying to have one of each evolution, so it's nice to have a surplus of Eevees. I
do really want to compliment all the players who do thematic gyms, including all of the shiny evolutions. That makes me happy. I also love, there was one that was like Kanga's Play Place, and it was like Kangaskhan with all of the baby Pokemon. That one's great. All of the pink Pokemon, like, you know, Blissey and Chansey and Igglybuff and all those cute ones. Yeah, I just went off on a cute gym tangent. But get your Eevees.
So Scientist has not yet gotten to the Eevee stage.
Oh, it's coming.
Yep, it's coming. So it's kind of in the middle of the research. There's two pages after that to finish it out. And typically you get the reward Pokemon, and then there's one more page. This one there's two. So.
2 more pages.
But those can be done pretty quickly. So here we were with a group of folks, and we were doing some raids for the Entei event. So I was just trying to knock these out really quickly. You're too close.
Look at that.
You're too close to the
giant
Pokemon
Eevee.
app. So yeah, just trying to snag some shiny Pokemon snapshots.
Look at those tiny feet. I meant the tiny human feet.
Its coloring actually I think looks a little bit like sick. Like if Eevee was not feeling well, I think it would look like that.
It needs a little like thermometer out of its mouth.
Oh.
Ah. I have been wondering about that. Others as well. If you watch Trainer Tip Nick's videos, Scientist, we're not sure if they are going to re-release the Eevee or not. So I went ahead and claimed it. I don't really have any issues with not getting a Flower Crown Eevee that's shiny. But there have been questions asked about whether or not that Pokemon would become a Flower Crown Eevee or whether it would still be a regular, and I decided not to even chance it.
I snagged a shiny Flower Crown Eevee at GoFest, and that was kind of like the probably the rarest catch from GoFest for me.
Yeah.
For that, so that's a pretty rare Pokemon to get. I think it would be weird for them to kind of artificially inflate that. Although they might do so.
Well, they've done that additionally with Shiny Meltan, right? They released it for a little while, took it out of circulation, put it back in circulation, and then took it out. So it's hard to tell when.
But that's not a guaranteed catch. Like
the shinies aren't guaranteed.
Well, but this is a guaranteed shiny Pokemon. So to take the shiny Flower Hat Eevee, which is one of the rarest Pokemon that are out there because of its limited run, and turn it into a guaranteed catch one. Like, not that there's like a market for that or it would devalue them, but it kind of seems like it would subjectively devalue it.
I don't know. I still think that it's quite rare enough, and people aren't thinking ahead in that way to do that.
Scientist is.
What? Scientist is, for sure. And I had wondered, Trainer Tip Nick is also, Trainer Tip Nick is also saving his Eevee. And I believe some of the other supported trainers are, but I decided not to.
I didn't even realize that people were doing that.
Yeah. I kind of just wanted to be finished with my research because I have a thing. Finishing my research is like, I got stuck on one of the early ones with the Magikarp issue where, speaking of Magikarp, where I needed to evolve a Magikarp and I had literally just done so like the week before. So now I have this thing about finishing the special research like ASAP, as soon as possible.
So as part of that special research, you have to do 3 trades. So one of our friends and seller from our rating group helped me out there, and I literally just asked, will someone please trade me 3 trash Pokemon for the research? And that's what.
Trash Pokemon? That's not very nice.
I didn't want them to be like special trays. I didn't want them to be like fancy. It was just like, the random crap that your Pokeball grabs.
Please trade me Garbage Pail Kids.
Pretty much.
Please trade me things that I'm going to grind up for candy and send back to the professor in paste form.
That doesn't exist, does it?
No, you can't do distance trades. Let's see. So, whoever this is, Spect, you cannot do distance trades. You have to be physically close enough on the map that you're in close proximity. Now, I've not really tested the boundaries of how close is close enough, but you can't do them from different continents or different states or even different counties. So the radius of trading the window is quite close. I would say probably within a quarter mile of each other.
Yeah. But so if it was confusing from the video footage, all of the video footage over there is previously recorded through the week. So we're not actually doing actual Pokemon Go things, although occasionally we do on the stream. This is old footage.
This is old stuff.
But as of right now, there's no way to trade over distance. The only thing you can do over distance reasonably is trade gifts and trainer battles if your best friends are higher.
If you're, I believe, ultra friends are higher.
Ultra friends are higher.
Yeah. But it would be cool if we could do like best friends long distance trades. That would definitely make it more advantageous for people to be friends with people in other places, right? So if you're on Reddit, there are some places where you can go to find friends from across the world and trade gifts daily to get eggs and other items from other places. But again, that doesn't really help you with trading or if you become best friends and lucky friends. So choose wisely in that. If you only have, 10 friends currently and you just need gifts and friends, that's probably an okay thing to do. But if you have a lot of friends and you don't know these strangers on the internet, you probably want to secure those lucky trades with people who are in your vicinity.
So Scientist opines no regionals, although I think I might actually disagree with that, because maybe it could be Ultra Friends or only, or some other special tier, because that would at least then give you an in-game way of getting those regionals without cheating or without spending thousands of dollars to travel to some other place. So if there were some other mechanism within the game that would be very difficult to acquire regionals, I think that would be okay.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I really want there to be a way for people who aren't able to get out and go to acquire those things in a policy appropriate ways, right? So the Niantic's policies way. But as of now, there's not really a way for some of the more rural players to really get anything, even those in the tier 3, 4, and 5 battles, unless they have a friend or two going with them. So I do think it's difficult, and the challenge is there. And I don't really think that Niantic or Pokemon Go has, the Pokemon Company, has stepped up to that plate to help address those things.
Yeah, so Spectate, that's what we're talking about. So although, of course, you can violate the terms of service and there are a way to acquire those Pokemon.
But we don't support that nor endorse it nor whatever.
If you're not playing that way, then there is no way really to do it other than traveling or finding someone who's traveled there and come to you. It can be difficult. So
it can be difficult. We've both chosen to not do any of those things. That's part of our ethical standard line for our gameplay, which is why we have a comment on there that it's all previously recorded footage and no spoofing, because that's just how we have chosen to play. So we understand that there are some difficulties and limitations there.
Although I still like the idea of taking the spoofers and kicking them out of their team and putting them in Team Rocket and making them the antagonists.
But did you see at Dortmund Go Fest with the big blow-up balloon of Team Rocket?
No, I saw the pre-Go Fest Team Rocket teaser, but not that one.
Okay, so in Dortmund there was like a huge hot air balloon with a big R on it indicating Team Rocket. Plus they unrolled like I think it was like 7 to 10 gyms with giant limit individual raids. So granted that raid was a Meowth, but it still opened up the way for Pokemon Go to introduce Team Rocket in a sort of interesting way, I think. And with some of our game mechanics changing, I think that those are probably on the horizon quite soon. So we do still have another Go Fest event to wait and see what happens. So I'm sure it'll be rolled out after that.
So Scientists mentioned Shadow Pokemon, and that was in the latest APK teardown, right? The code for Shadow Pokemon was in the latest teardown. So I don't think we know anything about how that will be implemented.
Yes, so I'm quite interested.
But they're there.
I'm interested in what Krail's, his Twitter page has found. I almost said unlocked, but that's not really true. I'm curious what this person has found and what exactly that's going to mean for the game mechanics. But we did hear as of like 6:30, right? There was a tweet from Niantic support that told us that some of the game aspects were changing, including a new appraisal system and updated charge attacks for PvP.
So I just wanted to interrupt momentarily.
Okay.
And watch the end of this Entei
battle. The end of this Entei battle. Okay. So check Twitter if you're looking for that updated information. It came out at like 6:30. So that's super new, and I'm quite excited about the new appraisal system and the new PvP charge attack.
Yeah, those came out like while we were preparing for the stream.
Yup. So it's not on here, but we can talk about it. So wait for this. Kevin's really excited. I'm sure you can guess what's going to happen. Waiting. 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 Huzzah! What was that about not getting any shinies since GoFest?
Just this one.
Hey. Well, look whose luck has turned the tide.
So we have a comment to jump into. Oh, wait, one last thing about shadow Pokemon. It also looks, or there's going to be a way to unshadowify them and purify them. So some of them look really sweet, like the Shadow Lugia. So I would imagine people will probably definitely want more than one. One that they can get their Purify badge for, and the other that they can keep looking super sweet. Hey Omar, welcome to the channel. We have a question over there about tips for new players.
So on screen you can see the Jumpstart research. That's a great way for players who are coming back to the game or new players to really jump on that XP grind if that's something they're interested in.
Yeah, and also it gives you eggs, which give you double XP for that. So you're going to get that giant pile of XP, plus if you couple that with a lucky egg, that will be an even gianter pile.
Just like Scientist has commented here. So until tomorrow at, I believe it's 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you have 1 hour lucky eggs. So that would be a good time to use one of those to claim those tasks and really jump on some of the XP. Raids are a great way, which as you see, we're entering a raid right now. Raids are a great way to get XP, especially if you use things like a star piece and lucky eggs. Doing lots of hatching eggs, lots of catching Pokemon, lots of curveballs, great throws, excellent throws, etc.
It can be particularly difficult for a rural player who doesn't have access to a huge slew of things to do or people to play with. So one of the things that you might do is get online, share your friend code, and try to curate your friends list and get those up there, because you're going to get XP bonuses for each of those. And you're going to, let's see, if all that adds up to at least 250,000 XP if you're using lucky eggs for those friend leveling ups. So you can have up to 200 friends. It is possible to hit that limit. So if you get out there, make friends, coordinate with them when you guys are going to achieve a new level, because you can check that, how many days you are, like activity days you are, not calendar days.
So use a lucky egg for that.
You can plan your lucky eggs, and then you can kind of milk those for XP.
Additionally, with the gifting in mind, you can open 20 gifts a day. You can get Stardust from that, which is helpful in either powering up your Pokemon, unlocking extra moves, or in just general trading cost. Additionally, aside from the Stardust, when you are sending gifts and opening gifts, you are exchanging experience points. So you can send as many gifts as you would like per day, however often you're out. You can store up to 10 gifts at a time, but you can send those out as many as you want. So I would say that is a great way to level grind, is sending and opening gifts. It's low XP, but if you're using lucky eggs that you have on, or if you're out of town and doing that, it's a great way to work on it.
Hey Burger, welcome to the stream. Thanks for hanging out. We're just talking about this week in Pokemon Go.
Yeah, lots of things, including Entei, right? With the shiny Wolford Brimley.
So this was part of a series of special events, which there would be limited times. So this event has come and passed.
Right.
But it was an opportunity for that shiny Entei.
Thanks, Candela.
Yeah. So definitely it was kind of fun to get that. I think this one, even though it's kind of like a low-key color palette change, I think looked pretty sweet. No. So Burger asked if you can send more than one gift to any given person. That you cannot. It's just one a day. If you end up skipping a day, you can open more than one from the same person if you have one from a previous day. But that's just kind of a bug, not a feature.
And it's kind of weird if you're in different time zones. I will say that. Yeah. Having a couple friends from New Zealand and Scotland, those time zone things get weird pretty quickly. So it's not really possible, but if you have an old gift and you open one and then, you have another one, it is technically possible, but not consistently.
You'll see a little arrow that points to the right if you've already given a gift that day. Although the thing that's a little bit annoying, that arrow goes away if they have an unopened gift from you. So if you send one, say, on Monday, and they don't open it until Friday, you're not going to be able to send any until Friday, even though you could have sent 4 more during that period. They have to have an open slot from you. But that visual icon goes away after the first day.
That's one thing I would like.
Which is pretty annoying. You basically have to tap on each one to see if they can receive a gift, which is slow and lame.
I would say I would love if Niantic would also update that. Like you could sort by the date of most recent to the latest time that people have opened gifts, or people who at least like sorting so that at least you can sort with people who need gifts from you or who have open gifts. I think that would be a great way to enhance the game user experience, right? That would be super handy. So what else is going on, Kevin?
As far as Pokemon go, I think we have a new fancy Pokemon that's out for a short time.
We do have a new fancy Pokemon that's out for a short time that's not powered up, right? Because it's in chains and things, but we'll get to that footage in a little bit. So let's see, comments. You go by friendship level for XP.
Well, it's not quite one gift is for one level of friendship. It's a little bit slower than that. So each friendship level is determined by a certain number of days that go by, and that's activity days. So raiding with them, exchanging gifts, etc. So you're not going to go to like the highest level of friendship after 4 or 5 gifts. It's quite a bit more slower than that.
Yeah, it takes actually a couple months of daily encounters. I don't know the exact number.
At least 90 days for Ultra Friends.
For best friends. But yeah, you have a couple different ways you can interact with another person. One by exchanging gifts, one by battling one another, one by trading, and one by raiding together. So those all count as different ways that you have interacted with another trainer during a particular day. So you can do any of those 4 things, or you can do multiple of those things, but that only counts for the day that you do them. So if you send a gift and somebody doesn't open it for 2 days, then that doesn't really count as an exchange for that day. So if you want to call it that, the day of exchange is when that person opens the gift.
But best practices would be to kind of pay attention and curate that and do as many friend activities on as many actual calendar days as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why we, in part, that's why the group that we have found to raid with, we have all friended one another so that we get the extra perks from being friends with one another. So in the raid battles, if you see how many Pokeballs you get, you do get bonuses for best friends in your raiding. So that would behoove you to have friends to raid with, even if it's just 1 or 2 other people. That does still help, especially if they're tough Pokemon to catch, such as, I was almost going to say it, but that footage is coming up later, legendary bosses. Yeah. So how are you on rare candy? I saw you just open or complete a research. Do you still have rare candy from GoFest?
I'm pretty sure I dumped all of my GoFest rare candies into something that I now don't remember. Oh, it was Gibble. I dumped all of my GoFest candies into Gibble, although I have acquired some more in the meantime.
Through raiding or just?
Yeah, through raiding and researches. They've been really prevalent while GoFest is happening in Dortmund, so I'm back up to 35.
Nice.
Which I probably ought to dump back into Gibble if I haven't already.
I'm still sitting on a pile of Stardust. I did use a significant portion of mine. I think by the end of GoFest I had like 120 rare candy. I currently have 102.
Wait, what's that guy's name?
Gibble? Garchomp?
Yeah, Garchomp.
Garchomp is the...
Yeah, Gabite. So I'm still...
So you have Gabite, but not Garchomp.
So I have Gabite, but I don't have Garchomp yet. So that's who I'm working on now.
Is that your buddy, or...?
He's not currently my buddy because he was 5K, and I needed a quicker one for an event, but I can switch him back. So I have 63 candies. I'm just going to dump all of those rare candies into him now.
Scientist has 510 rare candies.
Holy crap!
I have been using
oh man,
a lot of mine.
That takes me to 98, which is just close enough to be incredibly frustrating.
Woo! But you do have rare candy, so
that was my rare candies.
Oh,
so I'm gonna switch that guy out and make him my buddy while we're talking.
So one thing that I have found difficult is that I have already maxed out my item storage capacity. So I tend to not hoard items. Well, I try to not hoard items, but 102 is a lot of candy. But now that I've completed most of my Pokedex, I don't know where to put that. So for the time being, I even deleted several premium raid passes, which is sort of a little stab in my heart. But I needed to make space, and I have already dumped my potions and several Pokeballs and lots of Master Ultra Balls, those guys. So that's kind of the way I am, Scientist. I don't know what to use them on at the moment. So I don't want to hoard them because space, but I also don't really need them either, if that makes sense.
Thanks for the follow, Burger. We have some credits at the end of the stream, so you will find yourself there when we get there. I spend my rare candy, like, whimsically, on a whim.
Yeah.
That's not what whimsical means.
No, but I like to envision you doing it whimsically.
But I do it kind of like, oh, I need these. I'm going to drop 60 or 90 or whatever.
Rare candy! Whimsical Kevin!
Yeah, so I don't really plan that out a whole lot, like, as we just saw, because I just spent like 35.
For nothing?
No, for a Gabite.
I'm
now two away from that final evolution.
Yeah. I have enough candies for my Garchomp, and I can't even believe I'm saying this, because usually I want that Pokemon immediately in my Pokedex. I don't have Garchomp yet because I haven't found a good enough Gibble. And I've only found a single Gibble on my own. And so I'm kind of waiting for one of my friends and I to do a lucky trade so that hopefully we can exchange Gibbles to get a good one, which I will then evolve immediately into a Garchomp.
I only found one, and I wanted to knock out those dex entries, so yeah. He was like not the top tier, he was the second tier down for IVs, which is good enough, because for me, it's basically just a dex entry.
So Scientist brings up a good point about dumping rare candies into things that you want to power up. So if you are new to the game or you're just coming back, your raid counters do help a lot in the course of a raid. As you can see here, on the right bottom there, they're super effective when your move set is super helpful, or, not helpful for lol. Super damaging to the other Pokemon. So it does behoove a person to have different raid counters for the different types of Pokemon. For electric counters, I also find that it's difficult to find a fast moving Pokemon with a high DPS. So Raikou is a decent choice for dumping rare candies into that, because you do need candies to power those suckers up. Right now, for some unknown reason... And Stardust, of course, so save that stuff. I have a Kyogre with an electric move, which it seems a little counterintuitive because it's literally a water Pokemon, but I'm not judging. So I've been using that for some of my electric stuff. I've also been using other things. Raikou, Electivire, those are decent, hardy Pokemon, unlike Gengar, who is basically a one-hit wonder. So in your raid choices, be sure to choose wisely. What's happening in the chat?
So Burger is asking about the Pokemon that require items to evolve.
Oh.
So Steelix, the last Polygon.
Okay, so
all of those...
through the items.
Well, there's no way I'm going to remember them all.
Okay, all right. No, I've got them. I've got my items pulled up.
All right, so there are...
So with the upgrade, right, you're thinking Porygon, sorry.
There's
Polygon.
6 items, right?
Well, that's if you're choosing the first cannon.
So we've got the Sinnoh
5.
Stone upgrade, Dragon Scale, Metal Coat, King's Rock, and Sunstone.
Yes.
Is that what we're talking about, Burger?
So 5 stones, the Sinnoh Stone, and then also, right, we have the different types of lure modules that will help evolve things like Glaceon, Leafeon. Oh no, I just lost Probopass and Magnezone. So those things take the special lures, which were dumped recently. So be aware of those as well.
But the lures, any person who puts them, anyone who's within range of the Pokestop can get those benefits, whereas the stones are specific to that one Pokemon. But yeah, every scientist is correct there for all of the ways you acquire those. So gifts, stops, and research boxes.
Yes, so you will need candies, of course, to evolve those. But those stones and upgrade items, evolution items, are important for several Pokemon. So be sure to use pin apps on all of those catches to make sure you have enough candy. And you will acquire those items through your 7-day stops, through research boxes, through the shop. You can get those lure modules, etc. So, yeah. Thanks for the question. So here's
the only Iceland stops we ever hit were at the airport in Reykjavik on our way to Scotland, which is actually where we caught our Mr. Mime before the 7K events.
That's true. I literally caught a couple Mr. Mimes in the Reykjavik airport, for sure. As soon as we landed and I could connect to the airport Wi-Fi, I was like, I'm on this. Let's do this now. And
Volbeat, so we snagged those as well.
Yes.
So who is this super badass mecha transformer Mewtwo?
This super mecha transformer is Armored Mewtwo, Kevin. How did you not know? Can't you tell the resemblance from the movie?
Yeah. I don't have one of these yet. I haven't had a chance to get to one of these raids. Hopefully I can do that tomorrow. I'm looking forward to these. Their best use, other than looking sweet, is to toss into the wood chipper for candies, probably for your legacy.
So
Mewtwo.
You're excited about it to toss it to the wood chipper?
I want one to keep,
the professor?
and then the other guys are going to the wood chipper. Yeah.
I have this deep part of my soul that dies a little bit. It's Hello the Mewtwo, right? There's a deep part of my soul that dies when I have to transfer legendary Pokemon. So
I actually have never transferred a legendary Pokemon. I don't know who
really?
I'm talking about.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're not going to just send it to the Professor Wood Chipper?
No, let's talk a good game, but
okay.
I keep those guys forever.
In preparation for GoFest, I got rid of several legendaries, and it broke me a little.
I went down from 1,700 Pokemon to 700 for GoFest.
But no legendaries?
It was like a very few. I think maybe none. Oh. It was a fire sale. I was a wood chippering fool.
So I have done 2 Armored Mewtwo raids. One fun little tidbit that I find interesting that probably nobody else on the Earth likes is the fact that from the general player map, when you look at the raid, Armored Mewtwo is closed. Like in his little armored shell.
Like avocado seed.
Like an avocado. And then when you battle him, he opens up into this crazy cat-looking mofo with armor. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, you can get your Armored Mewtwo. I have had... Excuse me. I have had...
A little choked up over
a little
Mewtwo.
Choked up.
I've
caught both of the Armored Mewtwo raid... I have caught, words are hard, both of the Armored Mewtwo's that I raided. So I've had pretty good luck so far. With the IVs and the appraisal system, it does seem to be that the Armored Mewtwo is more of a defensive Pokemon rather than the X-Raid Mewtwo or the other Raid Mewtwo that we saw earlier in the game. So this Pokemon, Armored Mewtwo, looks a little bit different. There's a different moveset. It has some different pull-based moves, so it's going to look different than your standard electric, fighting, hyper beam, normal kind of moves, as with regular Mewtwo. So beware of that. Don't use all of your TMs in disarray trying to get to hyper beam or confusion, because that's not really going to happen. So don't use all your TMs. That's what I'm saying. Different moveset, different Pokemon. Same Pokemon, different moveset, okay?
Yeah, I don't have one yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Scientist went to 8 raids on day 1. 8 on day 1, nice. How many did you catch of those 8? I'm interested in that.
That's a lot.
Okay. So yeah, if you're the coordinator, that probably increases the number that you have available.
Yeah, I was traveling a bit, and
I've 8. Oh man.
Nice. So you've got a whole family of Armored Mewtwo. I have not been able to get out recently too much, so I have only done 2 so far, which is a little bit sad. I'm usually much better about doing that, but life is hectic.
Well, we have until the 31st of July to snag that guy. Yep. So if you haven't gotten out there yet, like me, don't worry. You have not entirely missed the boat.
Yeah, you've got like 2 more weeks.
Still about 2 weeks to get out there and snag a bunch of cool Armored Mewtwo's. Although they're kind of sad Armored Mewtwo since that's like his imprisoning device. But
I know.
Still fun.
So if we're thinking about the old Pokemon discussion, right, when Mewtwo is locked up and apparatus has been put on him to contain him, this is really, really sad, right? Because now we're catching this Pokemon who has had a really, really bad couple of days. So I don't really know how to feel about Armored Mewtwo. It doesn't look particularly appealing to me, though it's kind of cool. Like, just the fact that it's...
kind of cool, you mean it's super sweet.
I don't know.
It's super cool.
I'm not crazy about it because all I can think of is a Mewtwo in captivity.
Yeah, I mean...
that's pretty
it's
sad.
It's sad, but it looks cool.
Yeah, but it's sad. Like, alright, solve it in the chat. Do you think Armor Mewtwo is super, super cool and that overwhelms the sad factor? Or it's just really sad that Mewtwo is, like, clamped down in security?
Is there a way to do polls in here?
Security!
Nope.
No, I don't think there's a way to do polls, Kevin. But poll us, because I am of the camp that it's really sad that he's in all of this garb that makes him look like a Transformer. And Kevin is of the camp that is really heckin' cool.
True. I mean, it's sad also, but it's pretty cool.
I think it's just real sad. Ah, scientist, that is a good point. Yeah, so I'm curious whether this has any connection to Team Rocket.
Burger swoops in with like the last word on that is that they're all sad because you're stealing them and stuffing them into balls.
That's true, and making them fight one another.
I think that if this game didn't come out in the 90s, where it's basically electronic dogfighting, it probably wouldn't come out today.
I think that's probably true.
And it's only the fact that there's like, what, 2 generations of Pokemon, like actual generations of Pokemon players now. And it's just an established fact, but I think it would be hard to market that.
Oh, for sure. Right when the game was coming out right when Pokemon Go was coming out in 2016, I had these questions about the ethics of Pokemon, and it sort of lost to my deep-seated child desire to play Pokemon again, because it came out when I was like 6. So I have sort of thought about this a while, and I'm still playing the game, so obviously that side won out, but it's real sad. So Terry is with me, that she says it's sad, and Snarf says that it's heckin' cool. Alright, so we've got some way in there. More than Mewtwo meets the eye. Ah, those puns are right on point. Mewtwo are special.
Burger is asking for a total XP count.
Total XP
if
count.
Like to flex your XP there. So I'm level 38, about halfway through level 38. So I have 13.4 million total.
All right, so I am in the I just made it to level 40, gang. Sorry, that's not a brag. I really want to get to 100 million, so that's the long goal. So right now I'm at 29,427,382. So 29.4 million currently. So in the large sphere of the world of people who hit 40 like a year and a half ago, I'm not one of those. But I have been consistently playing since launch day.
Yeah, chat, hop in there. Let us know where you guys are at.
Yeah, tell us your XP level. What's up?
Flex your high XP.
Flex your high XP. Do your thing.
So you have more than twice the XP I do.
How much did you say you had?
13.4.
Oh, yeah. And it's
52 million XP. All right.
Nice.
I'm going to be off of my own show, and we're just going to pull Scientist in here.
Yeah, Scientist.
And you and Scientist can
doing the grind. So for those of you who are new or coming back or whatever, it takes 20 million to get to level 40. So I've just barely scratched the surface there, to be quite honest. And you can play it as casually as you want to if you're not obsessed with the level 40 grind. And even for me, after level 40, I'm still like, I got those goals. Like, I want to get to 100 million, but I'm obviously a long shot from that. So I'm going to be playing Pokemon for a while. That's what I'm saying.
And that is like the M. Night Shyamalan anti-plot twist of our stream, that you are going to be playing for a long time. It's like the least surprising thing we've heard.
Okay, fine. It's like Stan Lee being in his own movie. Surprise! Rest in peace.
Not anymore.
I know. Now I don't know what to do.
I don't know that you can call 52 million a casual scientist, but we'll go ahead and let that slide.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's fair. There are a lot of players who are over 100 million. I have yet to find a way to balance my 2 jobs with Pokemon in a way that lets me have that much XP. I wish I could, but I work in a job that works a lot with humans, so I have to be available pretty much at odd hours.
Yeah, 100 million is a lofty goal, so anyone who's done that is definitely committed to it.
For sure. Yeah. So what else is going on with Pokemon this week, Kevin?
Let's see. We talked about the Niantic support.
Yeah, the tweet that came out from Niantic support, we talked about that. So be sure to pay attention to your PvP charge moves and your appraisal system. Those will be changing. Additionally, one thing that we haven't talked about that's coming right around the corner pretty soon is Mudkip Community Day. So I don't know that we've mentioned it in the last couple weeks since it was announced, but that is going to be on the 21st. So basically next Sunday from 4 to 7 p.m. local time is going to be Community Day. I have not heard of what the special move for Swampert is going to be. I don't really know what to fathom it could be, but I'm pretty excited to see that. So if you haven't checked out those things, be sure to check out Community Day, right? You've got 3 hours to do your thing, catch your shiny Mudkip, evolve your stuff, get all of your XP, 3 times the catch XP, that is.
And a special move.
And a special move that has not been announced, at least not that I've known, as of yet. So check out for updates. And just as a casual side note for, I think that was Burger that we talked about that's new back in. The research boxes are available until September. So if you missed out on opportunities to do raids, you can still get things like Groudon and Kyogre, Latios and Latios through the 7-day field research box. So be sure to be sure to complete field research every day to get your research boxes.
I have a Mudkip that has 2 charge moves already.
Uh-huh.
If I evolve that during Community Day and open up a new charge move, do I get to pick which one of those goes away?
I don't think so.
Or does it just assign one to change?
I think it just assigns one to change. Wait. So you have a Mudkip with 2 moves?
A Marshtomp.
Oh, okay. I was like, why do you have a Mudkip with 2 moves?
I have a Marshtomp with 2 moves from Boulder Cup. So I'm wondering, like, when you unlock the special move for the evolution, do you pick if you have paid for 2?
No. So, I mean, when you evolve, those things change randomly. So, as you are evolving the Pokemon, those moves will change, and then you can TM the other one however you want it to be.
Right, but since there's 2 charge moves...
Yes, you will get the Community Day move, and you do not get to choose, I'm guessing. Mm-hmm. I've not experienced that, so I don't know, but I don't think that Niantic would let you sort of mid-max in that way. I don't think so, Kevin.
I don't know. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I mean, we'll stay tuned and see, but I think it's a no. Sorry about your luck. One other thing that we didn't talk about today, but was in some of our footage, there is a Spinda form that is available. It has been available, I believe it's number 8, maybe? Tell a scientist if you can remember before I get there in the Pokedex. But it does have a shiny variant, so get your 5 great curveball throws in a row and get yourself a shiny green Spinda. I don't have one yet, but it is the Howie Mandel Spinda number 8. So if you didn't get that before when it was released, it is out now. I think that might be it after we've run over the news bit for the week.
So we're going to take a short break and we're going to do some Harry Potter stuff. So OBS does not well handle the changing of streams. So we're going to run through the credits to thank everyone for supporting the stream. And then I'm going to attempt to change that. If that doesn't work, we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so with Harry Potter things. So if you are playing Harry Potter Wizards Unite, or you would like to, tune back in here in 10-15 minutes, and we will see you then. I want to thank everyone from the chat. The chat has been awesome tonight. Thanks for the interaction, and welcome to all the new players. Thanks for the follow, and we will see you guys in about 10 minutes.
As wizards.